So I'm talking now and everything, and I'm thinking like, I know that we already got past the formalities and everything, and he gave me the money from what I make at work and stuff, just so I can skip work just to go on a date with him. So I'm sitting there talking and whatever, we get dessert, everything is coming to the end, and he pulls out this envelope. And it was kind of thick. Not super thick, but it was a little thick. It wasn't like a mail, it wasn't no mail in there. So he pulled this envelope and then he slides it to me. So I'm in my mind, I'm like, what's going on? Like, So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's the girl Samira, and as I said before, we're here to spill the tea on myself. And I'm gonna jump right in this video because you guys may wait on this. So today's topic, today's story time is about how I met my first sugar daddy. And oh my god, I gotta sit back and relax and enjoy this conversation because, honey, this is funny. So it was 2014. I was in college in Houston, and I was working at a restaurant. Now, these restaurants, it's kind of like, I don't want to name the restaurant, but it's kind of like one of those like cute ones where the girls get dressed up in something cute and like kind of like, you know, like a little tight top or skirt or whatever. It's one of those restaurants. And I was working there maybe like 2 years, I guess. I don't know, maybe less. I would say it was, no, I was there for a little minute. But I was there working, and I mean, I had a bunch of regulars there that came in just to sit with me in my sections all the time and would make little jokes about they want to marry me or take care of me or something. But I never took anybody serious. Actually was dating, like, throughout the whole time working there, I dated 3 different guys. So I had regular relationships and stuff, but I wasn't interested. I'm very loyal at heart. I'm very loyal. I've never cheated on anyone actually in my life. So yeah, I actually was kind of like, just used to like ignore them and like be like, oh whatever. So, you know, just kind of like make sure they're happy in the moment, but I never took it outside of work or whatever. This one day now, it was a busy day and the restaurant was kind of packed. And I was like so the restaurant is split into 2. It's like the bar in the middle, it's that side, and then it's this side. Now the left side, I was working, I had some of the busiest tables people always want to join like games or whatever. I don't remember if it was the game day or it was a fight day, but I don't think it was neither. I think it was like a busy weekend day. And so I'm working my tables, I'm like super slammed. And I'm like trying to rotate my tables, and this girl on the other side came to me when I was in the back waiting for my order, and she was like, hey, this guy at my table, he wants to speak to you. I'm like, I don't really have time right now. Like, you know, I'm like, tell him I'm busy. So like, I'm running back out on all my table, my food and stuff. And so then I come back in for another order, and I'm standing in the back, and she comes back and she was like, he said, give you this. So he said, it's $100. And I was like, for what? He said it's a tip. I said, cool, thanks. And I then put it in my purse because I'm like, cool, that asked my money for tonight. So I still was like not worried about this guy because I'm just like I'm busy, like it's so crazy and I have so much tables to run and I want to make my money. So I put it in my purse, and she's like, can you at least go over there and say hi? Because he gave me $100 too, because he wants you to say hi. And I'm like, oh my god, okay, I'll stop by there when I'm done running this order. So I go on my order, and then I walk by the table. It was this older gentleman and these 2 younger gentlemen around my age, like the guys around my age. And I didn't know, like now I'm like, okay, well what does she mean? So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I go to the table and I'm like, hey guys, nice to meet you. And I hope you guys are having a good time, whatever. Just a little small talk, thank you for the tip. I said I'm really busy right now, so I can't stop. I'm going to go back and do my section. So I go back to section or whatever, and the guy keeps waving me down or whatever. And I'm like so naive. I'm thinking maybe he likes me for his son or his whoever the two young guys were, because at a point in time I didn't know who they were. So I'm just like he waved me down like, hey, because when it's whatever. So I go back over there, and he's like, oh, these are my two sons. And I'm like, okay, nice to meet you. And he said, yeah, isn't she gorgeous? And then I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm thinking he's trying to like put me on to one of his sons. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, she's beautiful. And I'm like, oh, thank you, y'all, so sweet and whatever. And I'm so sorry. I understand. Thank you for whatever, but I'm really busy, and I keep seeing you waving me down, but I can't keep coming back and forth here because my tables are gonna feel I'm neglecting them, and I need to attend to my tables. Because honestly, I take my job so seriously, okay? Everything in life I do, I take seriously. So I go back over my table, and then the guy comes around, and he's like, I've been trying to really get some more words in with you, but it seems like you can't stop by. So what would it take for me to have more conversation with you to come back by the table? He said, I can tip you another $100. And I'm like, even if you tip me another $100, like I'm still gonna have to deal with my tables because somebody's gonna sit in my section. I'm gonna have to deal with the section. So he was like, okay. So as soon as all my tables got free, I had just closed them out. I'm going in the back now to kind of like, you know, just wait to have another order or something. I don't remember what I was going back to do. I come back out and I have another person at my table, and I'm like, what? That was quick. I didn't know they sat me. So I didn't immediately thought it was him because he was backing. So I walk up, and then I was like, really? So then I walk up and I was like, you can't sit here because you already have a table over there, and like I haven't made money off of this table, so I don't want you to feel like, okay, because you gave me $100 earlier, that you're gonna sit here and I can't make money on this table. And he's like, no, I'll make an order here. I'm like, we already have a waitress to make an order over there. He said, well, I'll start a new tab. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he started a new tab. He said, what do you want? He said, I want a beer. I get him a beer. I don't remember what it was, like $12, $10? It was cheap. And so like I get him a beer, and then he said, okay, I'm gonna close out. And I was like, okay, cool. So he closed out, and he gives me another $100 and tell me to keep the change. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I put the money in my purse and I close him out, whatever. And now that he's in my section, I'm like, okay, cool. I used to don't talk to people in my section, because the reason why I was so busy and couldn't talk to him in the beginning is because like I usually, like at these kind of restaurants, you kind of sit down at your table, you have conversation, you know, kind of make them feel kind of nice, and you know, whatever, like you have conversation stuff and like kind of get to know them or whatever, because the more they know you, the more they like you, the more they're gonna tip you. And in Houston, we kind of work off our tips. We didn't get standard pay. We got like maybe $2 something an hour, and then everything was made off of tips. So you kind of want to rack up as much money during the time you're there from tips, so you can take home a good sum of money. So I was very friendly and very sociable, so I always took home good tips because I felt like I connected with my customers or whatever. So that's the reason why I couldn't stand and chit chat somebody else's table, because my tables need to be finesse and chit chat too. So now I'm just down there talking to him or whatever, and again, I was naive as hell. I'm still not seeing him as like he's trying to talk to me. So I'm thinking like, again, like his sons that he just introduced me to are like my age. Like I think they were like maybe a year or two older. And I'm just not seeing that he's trying to like talk to me. I'm just thinking like maybe he's trying to put in some good word for his son or something, because I've had it before. I've had moms and dads try to put me with their kids while at his waitress job. So I mean, like, I was not thinking about that. So then so I'm gonna talk to him, and then he's like, yeah, my son's found that you're really beautiful and stuff, and I was trying to ask them if it would be okay for you to be their next stepmom. I was like, what? I'm like, that's kind of weird. It sounds like my age. Like, what do you mean? And he was like, I mean, like, they're grown, they understand, age is a number and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. And he was like, well, you haven't even given it a try. I was like, I don't know, like, I don't know. But then I kind of like made something up, and then I kind of went to the back or whatever to tank someone else or just avoid him. So then I come back out, and then he was like, okay, it just seems like you're super busy. You can't really give me a one-on-one time. So how about we exchange numbers and, you know, talk later. And I was like, honestly, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to do this. Like, I feel like you're super old, you're old enough to be my dad, and I just feel a little uncomfortable, and I don't know, I just don't feel like exchanging numbers is gonna go anywhere. So he's like, well, again, I feel like you haven't even tried. Like, you need to, you know, try first before you make this decision. And I'm like, well, try what? Like, I don't know how I feel about like us going out or whatever. He said, look, he pulls another $100. So bear in mind, it's like this $100. He's like, this is another $100. Just give me your number. I'll take you on one date. And if you don't like me still after this date, or you don't feel comfortable, then we can go our separate ways, and then we can like say you tried. And I was like, well, when do you want to do this date? Because right now, like, the weekends are kind of busy for me, and then I'm in school during the week, and I also crack, and I'm like thinking about all this time. Like, I don't really have time to figure this out. And he was like, well, we can do on a Friday or Thursday on our Saturday. And I'm like, well, those are the days that are really popping at work. I'm gonna be missing work. I can't do that. I'm sorry, but I just feel like right now I'm just so focused on like stacking my money and whatever, and I don't want to miss those days of work. And then during the week, I'm crazy with school. So I'm like, I averagely make like $300 to $400 per night. And he said, okay, no problem. So in my mind, I'm like, like, I'm like, cool, well, shit, like, you know, that's like 2 days pay, and then I still come back to work the next day, or I can still work the morning shift, because usually I have to work doubles on weekends, so I can work the morning shift and the evening shift to make more money. And I was like, I work the morning shift, still meet him in the evening, and then turn around work the next day, and I'll still, you know, make my money that I usually make plus more with his stuff. So I agreed to it or whatever, cool, I give my number, we exchange numbers. Now, he texts me this upscale restaurant. Now, my ass, I ain't never been to, like, at that time, I ain't never been to a restaurant so fancy, some 5-star restaurant. I ain't never been to a restaurant that fancy. Like, I'm from a little country. I ain't grew up with a lot of money. I ain't had no 5-star money. I, in college, dating regular college guys that can't afford to take me to a 5-star restaurant. And I'm so sorry, guys. My eye is like, something is in my eye. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, what am I gonna wear? So now I'm like, oh God, I don't have anything to wear. I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm seeing like all these like men dressed up in nice like slacks or suits or whatever. And I'm like, not even something to wear. So now I'm like trying to use my money to go and buy something to wear, because again, I didn't know this whole thing set up. I probably should have asked him for the freaking money to get something to wear, but my mindset was not there yet. We weren't there yet. So then I bought my first BB dress. I feel like back then BB dresses was just like so like supposed to be classy, or at least in my mind, because they were over $100. So I felt like that was classy and the most expensive dress I've ever had at that point in time. So I'm like, okay, cool, got something to wear and stuff. I mean, yeah, they didn't have any nice bags or anything yet, so I was just like, I'm just gonna at least look nice, present, do my makeup or whatever. I go to the restaurant and we had dinner. He was cool. He was a little funny. We're talking and everything. Everything's going well. He was a gentleman. He'll pull out a chair for me, everything. And closer to the ending of the night, so at the beginning of the night, of course, he gave me the $800 because that was supposed to be what I make ×2 for me coming. So that's before I even got inside. Like, we met in the parking lot. I put it in my purse, and I was like, cool, thanks. And you know, so we're going to now talk. So I'm talking now and everything, and I'm thinking, like, I know that we already got past the formalities and everything, and he gave me the money from what I make at work and stuff, just so I can skip work just to go on a date with him. So I'm sitting there talking or whatever, we get dessert, everything is coming to the end, and he pulls out this envelope, and it was kind of thick. Not super thick, but it was a little thick. It wasn't like a mail, it wasn't no mail in there. So he pulls this envelope and he slides it to me. So I'm in my mind, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm confused because he already gave me the $800, so what is this? So now my mind is kind of like what is going on? So I'm like, what is this? And he's like, open it. I'm like, no, what is it? And he says, just open it. So I pull the envelope up and I kind of like pull it open. And I'm like, what do you want for this? Because I feel like that you got me in class with the wrong person. You don't know who you're talking to. And I feel like I can't take this because you might expect something more that I'm willing to get. Here you go. And when I opened the envelope, I saw a whole bunch of like hundreds. Now, my broke ass self ain't never seen all those hundreds before in one setting, okay? I mean, I made money at my job and I saved it up or whatever, but it was just like in one, like just blink of an eye, this setting, like getting it all at once. So I was like, you know what? I feel like this was a mistake. You have a different impression of this date, and I'm not sure if you think that you're gonna give me money and something more is gonna happen here, but it's not what I signed up for. He's like, no, like, no, that's not what I want, that's not what I want. That is not what this is about. He said, yes, I do want to be with you sexually at some point throughout us dating, but that's not what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to show you that I want to take care of you. I said, what? You want what? He said, I want to take care of you. I said, so what do you mean by that? Like, he said, you know, like, I feel like I can give you a monthly allowance. I can take care of your bills, whatever. We'll continue to date and get to know each other. And then at some point, I feel like when you're comfortable and you feel like you have created a connection with me, maybe we'll move on to the next step in dating and actually being physical. But I just feel like I just want to get to know you and get to know me, and hopefully you grow to love me and stuff. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't think I can ever see myself being with you, nigga. But he wasn't black anyways. But I was like, I ain't never seen, I might listen to my mind. I'm like, I don't know if I can see myself being with you. But in my mind, I'm like, if I don't have to do anything right now, I can just go with it and see where it goes, you know? Let's see where this goes. So I took the money. Of course I did. What y'all thought was gonna happen? Of course I took the money. I sure they took that money. And I put it in my purse. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm interested in seeing where this goes. And and rule number 1, I learned, never tell them it's your first time. I didn't know that, I was naive. I learned that from somebody else. Never tell them that you're they're your first sugar daddy, because they want to make you feel like this is how it's supposed to be and whatever. No, be a veteran. Even if you're not, fake it till you make it. So I was like, I would never like had somebody this with me before. I feel like, I guess this is what people kind of call it, a sugar daddy. And he said, oh, please don't call me that. I prefer a mature boyfriend. I feel like I'm not doing, I feel like he just gave an explanation of why he's not sugar daddy, but you are sugar daddy, okay? But anyway, so like I was telling him that, and then he was like, oh no, yeah, I've dated someone before. I've been with her for 5 years. I started dating her when she was 21, and we recently broke up. And she's also African American like yourself, and so and I'm like, so this is a thing. Okay, you go for young. Okay, cool. So anyways, I was like, whatever, cool. If you're gonna do all this, whatever. And that's how I met my first sugar daddy. It was a short period of my life back then. I only spoke to him, dated him, whatever, maybe like 6 months max. And it's not because I don't feel like it could have worked out longer or not. I personally, I'm strong-headed. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like people putting me in a box. I don't like being expected. There's a lot of pet peeves. Okay, if you want to date me, it's gonna be some stuff up front. I'm like, no. But and then because you're done with me, I feel like I don't care how much money somebody's gonna give me. I'm not gonna bend over backwards to make you happy unless I'm like happy to do it to make you happy. Like, I don't feel like I should make myself smaller just so to get whatever you're giving me. Like, I've always been a hustler. I'm always gonna make my way, and I feel like I'm gonna get it regardless. So that was about 6 months. Let me tell you how this ended. And the reason why I was so frustrated with this guy is because I've been through a lot of bullshit in relationships before, and bullshit with guys in college. So turn around, what happened to when the guy was 56, 57. Turn around and have to deal with a 57-year-old guy with some bullshit too. Bear in mind, we still have not had this whole 6 months. We had not been physical, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I've never been physical with an older guy that age. But I'm saying that this first one, I still was not physical with. Yeah, but like at least 4 or 5 of our dates, his ex showed up. Now, I guess when you've been supported for 5 years and you got all the nice things in the world, you don't want to feel like he's moving on without you. So you're gonna, I don't know, but I felt like he was letting her know where we were. He wanted to make her jealous or something, and he was using me to do it. And I don't know what this whole thing was, but I was just annoyed with it, and I just feel like I was just not putting up with it. So we were out to eat, and then here she comes. Hey, what's going on here? I said, you didn't invite me. I mean, you were out and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fight over no guy that I'm not even like sure I'm even interested in. So that happened a few times, and then we had arguments where like he would like, he's way older, like old enough to be my dad, actually older than my dad, and then like he's like trying to date me knowing I'm young, but then sometimes that he would try to talk to me like I'm a child. And that pisses me off. If you're older than a younger girl and you're like a child, are you some kind of like pedophile? What? I don't get it. Like you're interested in actually being intimate with me, then treat me like the adult that you want to be fucking. Okay? Like, so like I didn't like that either. And I didn't like that he wanted to tell me what to do. So he wanted to be like, oh, don't wear this, don't do that. I didn't want to feel like disrespected, and I feel like even in any relationship, like if a guy can't tell the other girl, look, you need to stop with this, or I'm under restraining order because this is my girl, then no. And I still feel maybe he was still messing around with her because I wasn't doing anything with him, and that's the reason why she felt obligated to still come around. So I'm like, you know what, y'all figure that out, because right now I ain't interested in even messing with you like that on an intimate level. So and I feel like I draw this out for 6 months and I actually stacked a lot of money and I probably figured this shit out on my own. So I was just like, cool. So then I went back to date. Then I actually met a guy, a regular guy again, and I went back to dating shit, and then that shit got old, and then I was on hunting for my new SD. Now I'm a veteran, right? Now I'm a veteran. But anyways, guys, that's story time today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll be back to give you more story times because my life is full of so many crazy stories, and I have so much more to tell you guys. So stay tuned. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Bye.